And I think it's important for me to say that.
Yes, and I can leave.
Ever since I was a kid, I've always been like wanted this to be the center. I'm stepped on because this person's helping me make money, you know? And so like I've gotten to a point in my life where my no's have really been, and my boundaries have helped me to like really grow as a person. And money usually, like resources and money and all these things will happen. And when you just prioritize people, I think, you know, because I really think people are the point.
In my family.
And
Something like losing someone I so dearly love into, well, how can I celebrate that person and the great things that they provided?
That video of the fake Michael crossing his arms and looking at the other fake Michael.
Yeah.
Like,
He looking at him like he the real Mike.
Yeah, like he the real Mike.
Well, if you just sit your ass down.
What exactly is going on with Justin Bieber in 2025? Everywhere online, people keep asking the same thing. Is he doing all right? Even though he hasn't made huge headlines like he did in earlier years, he somehow remains at the center of conversation. Fans are watching every photo, every short clip, and every quote he posts. Whether it's about his marriage to Hailey, his mental well-being, or where his career is headed, there always seems to be something new that sparks discussion. This year especially, Justin has been posting more personal thoughts and reflective messages than usual, and each one has created waves of speculation. Some people believe he's letting fans see how he thinks creatively. Others are convinced he's dealing with problems out of the spotlight. And with his recent public appearances, news about his relationship, and his business projects, the 2025 timeline has become a mix of surprising, confusing, and emotional moments. So, to make sense of everything, let's go back to the beginning of the year and look at what has been happening, what fans have noticed, what Justin himself has shared, and why every small move has kept the internet talking. By the end, you'll have a clearer picture of the ups and downs he's experienced throughout the year. The year began with something small that turned into a huge mystery. Justin suddenly unfollowed a bunch of people on social media. Fans immediately went into full investigation mode. Some wondered if he and Hailey were having issues, while others questioned if they had spent the holidays apart. The confusion grew when people believed he had unfollowed Hailey as well. Within hours, the internet exploded with theories, and everyone tried to figure out what the unfollows meant. Justin eventually cleared things up, saying that someone had gotten into his account and unfollowed Hailey without his knowledge. But even with that explanation, the rumors didn't disappear. People continued to examine every move he made online, treating each tiny action as a clue about the state of their marriage. For a while, it seemed impossible for Justin to post anything without someone reading deeper into it. As the internet tried to calm down from the unfollow situation, another wave of concern hit. Around the same time, paparazzi photos began circulating, showing Justin looking noticeably different. Some people thought he was simply experimenting with a new style, but others felt he looked exhausted or unwell. On TikTok, users zoomed in on his expressions, his posture, and even the way he walked, trying to decide if something serious was going on. Every picture became part of a larger debate. Was he just tired? Was he stressed? Or was there something happening behind the scenes that fans didn't know about? What started as casual curiosity quickly turned into obsessive analyzing for some people who felt like they needed to understand everything about his physical and emotional state. Just when fans thought they were catching up, new moments began adding more questions. His public appearances in early February only made the conversation louder. February put Justin back in the public eye, but not in the way his fans expected. He attended an event to support Hailey's skincare brand, and although he looked excited to be there, one short video from the event went viral for the wrong reasons. In the clip, Justin was seen interacting with guests, and many viewers felt something about his behavior seemed unusual. People didn't think he was acting rude or dismissive, he just seemed different, like he was dealing with more than he was letting on. Social media users replayed the clip repeatedly, breaking down every expression and gesture. Some people felt reassured because he was smiling and present. Others felt uneasy. insisting that he didn't look like himself. The smallest details were turned into new theories, and his appearance at the event became another moment added to the list of signs fans believed they were seeing. These subtle moments only added fuel to the ongoing conversation about his well-being. Now, fans were watching not only his Instagram posts, but also every second of footage captured by paparazzi or event attendees. And by March, this concern would deepen even more when Justin started sharing unusually emotional posts online. When March arrived, Justin's social media took a noticeably vulnerable turn. His posts became more honest, more emotional, and more reflective. He wrote about the pressure of fame, the challenges of growing up in the spotlight, and the emotional weight that comes with constantly being watched. His captions didn't feel like quick updates anymore. They sounded more like he was letting people see a side of him he usually keeps private. Naturally, this opened the door for even more discussion online. Fans wondered what these posts truly meant. Was he reaching out for support? Was he using his platform to speak openly about mental health? Or was this simply a creative way of expressing what he was thinking and feeling? Every time he posted something, people shared their own interpretations, and the conversation only grew. At the same time, attention began shifting toward Hailey. A series of viral TikTok and YouTube videos brought up old drama and painted her in a controversial light. These videos pulled fans into another spiral of discussion, this time focused on their relationship as a whole. Justin's emotional posts added to the tension, and many people wondered if everything happening online was affecting their marriage. Then came April, a month that completely changed the tone of the discussion. Hailey suddenly became the center of attention when a 7-part video series titled Hailey Bieber's Dangerous Decade Obsession went viral across TikTok and YouTube. The series claimed she had been obsessed with Justin for years and even brought up past issues involving Selena Gomez. Whether viewers believed the claims or not, the series grabbed massive attention and sparked another wave of arguments online. People who had never even followed the couple were suddenly invested in the story. Fans tried to connect this series with Justin's emotional posts earlier in the year, and others wondered if there was tension behind the scenes. The internet spent weeks debating what was real and what was exaggerated, and once again, Justin and Hailey found themselves at the center of non-stop speculation. As the conversation around Justin and Hailey kept growing, Coachella weekend added even more fuel to the situation. Photos surfaced of Hailey driving Justin and a group of his friends, and although it looked like a completely normal moment, people online turned it into something much bigger. Instead of seeing it as a casual ride, fans started asking why Justin wasn't in the front seat, if he seemed upset, and whether the moment hinted at trouble in their marriage. Social media filled with arguments and theories, with some people defending Hailey and saying she was being unfairly dragged into unnecessary drama, while others insisted the images revealed tension between the couple. Even as fans tried to decode their relationship through a single car ride, April also marked a huge shift in Justin's professional life. It became obvious that 2025 was shaping up to be a year filled with major changes, both publicly and privately. Just when it seemed like the focus was entirely on his personal life, Justin introduced career moves that signaled he was stepping into a new phase. April ended up being one of the biggest turning points of the year for him, not just because of the relationship rumors, but because of a major creative shift. Justin officially parted ways with Drew House, the clothing brand he had built for years, and launched a brand new one called Skylark. The transition felt symbolic, almost like he was closing one chapter and beginning another. He even uploaded clips of himself, Hailey, and their child walking into Skylark's space, giving fans the impression that this wasn't just a business move, but a personal reset as well. People online immediately started wondering what this change meant. Was Justin posting more often because he wanted to promote the brand, or was he simply excited and inspired? Around this time, fans noticed he had been spending long hours in the studio, hinting that new music might be on the way too. But unlike earlier eras, it didn't feel like Justin was trying to draw attention to himself. He seemed lost in his own creative world, sharing whatever came to mind without overthinking it. The launch of Skylark, combined with his visible creativity, gave fans a better understanding of his mindset. He appeared focused on building something new, expressing himself, and growing both personally and professionally. Still, even with these positive steps, people continued to interpret his constant posts as signs of deeper issues. But underneath all the noise, it was clear that Justin was pouring his energy into making things and showing his real self. And anyone paying attention could see that. As the months went on, it became even more obvious that Justin was in a highly introspective state. His social media became a kind of open journal, where he shared clips from the studio, behind-the-scenes moments from Skylark, and glimpses into his everyday life. To some fans, all this posting looked chaotic or excessive, but for Justin, it seemed to be his way of staying connected to his art and documenting his journey. While people argued about what each post meant, others saw a different perspective, a creative person letting his thoughts flow freely. Justin opened up about fame, how the constant attention affects him, and how complicated it is to live under a microscope. One post stood out in particular. He wrote about how moving away from Los Angeles wouldn't solve anything because the real challenges weren't tied to a location. They were inside him. He said he wanted to face his darkness instead of pretending it didn't exist. This version of Justin revealed a deep, thoughtful side that fans don't always get to see. He talked openly about mistakes, personal growth, and learning from the past. These posts didn't feel like carefully crafted statements. They felt like reflections he wanted to share with anyone who might relate. Some fans saw them as emotional, others saw wisdom, and many simply appreciated his honesty. In addition to expressing his creativity, Justin began sharing more spiritual thoughts. His posts often touched on forgiveness, faith, and staying grounded in the face of criticism. One message explained that people make mistakes, but that doesn't mean they're beyond forgiveness. He wrote that God forgives in ways the world often doesn't, and remembering this helps him deal with jealousy, judgment, and negativity. These posts gave fans an even clearer look at what was helping him navigate the pressures of his life. At the same time, he wasn't shy about calling out the paparazzi. Videos showed him asking photographers to move back or give him space, and he expressed how overwhelming it is to be followed constantly. On top of that, Justin was grieving the loss of his grandfather, something he shared openly with his followers. These personal moments, spiritual reflections, frustration with the paparazzi, and grief showed someone trying to stay grounded while dealing with emotional weight. From the outside, the constant stream of posts might look confusing or concerning. But when you look closer, you see a person sorting through his life in real time, trying to stay connected to his faith, his art, and his family while still managing the demands of fame. His openness has been misinterpreted by some, but in reality, it's a window into how he processes the world around him. So, what does all of this add up to? Looking at the entire year so far, 2025 has been filled with change and growth for Justin Bieber. From the unfollowed drama at the start of the year, to intense speculation about his marriage, to his busy creative life and personal reflections, everything he does seems to spark a reaction online. Fans have tried to interpret his mood through his posts, photos, and appearances, but the truth is much more layered. Justin is juggling family life, fame, creative work, and personal healing all at once. Skylark, his new projects, his music sessions, and his thoughtful posts show someone who's rebuilding and reinventing himself. And despite all the rumors, his connection with Hailey still looks steady, even if the internet tries to twist every detail. Justin's 2025 story isn't just about drama. It's about a human being learning, growing, and expressing himself. And maybe the real lesson is that the public rarely sees the full picture. What about you? Do you think Justin is reinventing himself, going through a tough period, or simply living life in a way the internet loves to overanalyze? Share your thoughts in the comments.